Welcome to the channel, viewers. Dr. JW theologist since 1994, and we're doing covert female narcissism. What a subject, viewers. Golly gosh. Episode 19, when you started doubting what your body already knew. Viewers, love should not leave you emotionally negotiating with reality. At first, the discomfort still felt clear. Your body reacted before your explanations did. The room tightened. Your chest tightened. Conversations felt unsafe before you fully understood why. Silence carried pressure. Warmth carried relief. And somewhere underneath all the emotional management, your nervous system kept recognizing something your mind was struggling to accept. And that was something felt wrong, intrinsically wrong. Not occasionally, repeatedly. But slowly the cycle deepened, because every time your body reacted to the atmosphere, your mind began softening the meaning of what it felt. Maybe she's stressed. Maybe I'm overthinking. Maybe I'm becoming too sensitive. Maybe the relationship's just difficult right now. And eventually the explanations start arriving faster than the recognition itself. And that's where the existential destabilisation deepens. Not because your body stopped recognizing the tension, but because your mind slowly started negotiating with what your body already knew. The spoon touches the glass softly. Nobody raises their voice. And yet the room still feels emotionally unsafe. That contradiction matters, viewers, because covert emotional manipulation rarely feels obvious enough to justify the level of nervous system exhaustion it creates. So eventually the confusion turns inward. You stop questioning the atmosphere first. You start questioning yourself first. And slowly your nervous system begins learning something catastrophic. Internal doubt feels safer than confronting the instability directly. And viewers, love should not make you or make your self-trust weaker after every reconciliation. But slowly, with the female covert narcissist, it does. Especially when warmth keeps interrupting your clarity before it fully settles that this isn't healthy. Because just when your body starts recognizing the pattern again, her affection returns, the softness returns, the emotional pressure temporarily lifts, and your nervous system relaxes just enough to emotionally reopen the connection again. That is the trap. The relief keeps resetting the psychological injury before your clarity fully consolidates around it. So you begin adapting internally. You override discomfort faster. You minimize tension faster. You interpret your own reactions more gently. And eventually your body starts carrying anxiety your mind keeps trying to explain away. And that contradiction slowly erodes men internally. Because part of you keeps recognizing the emotional danger, while another part keeps trying to preserve the attachment at all costs. The room grows careful again. You hear yourself laughing softer, answering softer, questioning less directly. And not because the truth disappeared, because your nervous system already knows what emotional distance feels like afterward. That is existential covert female narcissistic conditioning. And over time, the psychological damage becomes harder to explain because almost nothing appears severe enough individually. No single conversation explains the exhaustion. No isolated moment explains the hypervigilance. And no single withdrawal explains why your body keeps bracing before she even enters the room. And yet, the nervous system keeps reacting anyway, because the body often recognizes emotional captivity long before the mind allows it to be named. Viewers, love should not train your nervous system to survive instead of live, but eventually, in the relationship with the covert female narcissist, it does. And that is the catastrophic part. Not merely that you became emotionally exhausted, but that you slowly stopped trusting the very internal warning system trying to protect you. And eventually the relationship becomes psychologically disorienting enough that your body and your explanations begin separating from each other completely. Your body says, "This atmosphere is hurting me." Your attachment says, "But maybe this time the warmth will stay." And somewhere inside all that contraction, you slowly started abandoning your own reality to preserve emotional connection to someone your nervous system already knew was unsafe. I'm Dr. J.W. Ayub, theologist, Central Coast, New South Wales, Australia since 1994. Like, share, subscribe, comment to educate me, share to help somebody else, and I'll see you in the next episode. Episode 20. When you started fearing your own emotions. Bye for now.